Welcome to the next component of the Invention Idea Processor, Evaluate. In the prior lesson, you learned how to search the internet to figure out if your idea was eligible for a patent. In this lesson, we're going to put your idea to the test and see what other people really think about it. By the end of this lesson, you'll have a pretty good sense if you really have a good idea and how you might improve it. You're obviously taking this course because you think you have a good idea that's patentable, but sometimes we lose objectivity about our own work. To gain some real perspective about our ideas, we need to get some outside opinions from people that we trust. A very good way to answer this question is to use what I call the honest friends and family test, where you ask 3 or 4 of your closest friends or family members for their opinion on your invention. I'm also going to teach you a basic framework to help you present your idea effectively, an old sales framework called Problem, Agitate, and Solve. I learned this from Jim Edwards of Copywriting Secrets. This is where we're going to use the one-way NDA you learned about earlier in the course. If you haven't downloaded the NDA template or need to review the lesson on NDAs, do that now. So here's how the Honest Friends and Family test works. The plan is to start with 3 or 4 friends and or family members that you deeply trust and ask them for their brutal and honest opinions about your idea. Hopefully you have 3 or 4 people in your life who aren't afraid to be honest with you. So here in the workbook, we can start writing down the names of the people that we might ask for help. Insist on brutally honest feedback. Make sure everyone understands that being nice will only hurt you. I want you to go into this exercise with the mindset of trying to find every possible flaw in your product, every possible reason why your idea isn't viable. Both the positive and negative feedback you get from this process will help you improve your idea. The goal is to put your idea through a very harsh and rigorous test. And if by the end of this exercise your idea is still standing, no matter how much you've tried to knock it down, that's really good news. Before you share your invention idea, I want you to understand the importance of presenting it in the right order. Your audience won't be able to appreciate your solution if they don't fully understand the problem you're solving. So let's take a look at the Problem, Agitate, Solve framework. Use the workbook to help you through this exercise and use sketches, photos, videos, or any other visual aids that may help you. The first thing you want to do is clearly identify the problem your invention is solving. Now, you may think the problem is obvious because you're the inventor, but we can't assume that everyone else understands the problem like you do. Remember to put yourself in other people's shoes. They don't have the same familiarity with the problem that you do, so you need to guide them and help them understand it like you. No matter how obvious you think the problem is, you need to explain it to them as if you were teaching a complete beginner. And this will also come in handy later if and when you talk to potential investors or partners. The second part of the framework is Agitate. This is where you talk in detail about the negative consequences or effects of the problem. This almost always has to do with a loss of time or money or some kind of negative emotion like fear, stress, or anger. The goal here is to dig deeper into the pain points that the problem causes. The third part of the framework is Solve, and this is where you finally show how your invention solves the problem. Here, you'll show the features of your invention, but I want you to spend most of your time focusing on the benefits. Remember, benefits sell, so that's why there are 3 blank pages for you to fill out in the workbook about benefits and only 1 page about features. It's only after this clear presentation of how your invention solves a problem that you should start asking for feedback. I'm going to take you through this Problem, Agitate, Solve framework right now and use my second invention, AutoBurn, as an example. So AutoBurn automatically melts ice in an ice bin. Now, if I was trying to get the opinion of someone who never worked in a restaurant, I'd first need to get them to understand what problem my invention is solving before even thinking about asking their opinion about it. Even if I was talking to someone in the restaurant industry, I'd still want to take them through the Problem, Agitate, Solve framework to make absolutely sure that I was communicating clearly. So here's the problem. It's very time-consuming and labor-intensive to clean ice bins in bars and restaurants, and that's why they never get cleaned. Workers have to melt ice by bringing bucket after bucket of hot water to the ice bin, which takes a lot of time and wastes a lot of water. Also, when glass breaks near an ice bin during service, workers have to melt or burn the ice because it's now potentially contaminated. Now we'll move into Agitate. Mold, mildew, and bacteria can grow in ice bins when they're not cleaned regularly. Most people are totally unaware that the ice in their drinks may have been sitting in a moldy ice bin. When glass breaks near ice, bartenders and servers have to stop what they're doing to clean the ice bin and get it back in order. This is costly because they now have to spend time away from taking care of their customers. The agitate section of the framework is to get further into the problem, to get deeper into the pain that the problem causes. After we've clearly defined the problem and agitated, we can now start talking about the features and benefits of our invention. So some features of AutoBurn would be that it delivers hot water to an ice bin, it creates a whirlpool in the ice bin to automatically melt ice, and it comes in 2 form factors to be compatible with almost any ice bin. Some benefits of AutoBurn are that it helps keep ice bins free of mold, mildew, and bacteria, which can prevent sickness. It increases safety by making it easier for servers and bartenders to clean up a potentially contaminated ice bin. It also allows bartenders to keep making drinks when the ice is contaminated because they can turn AutoBurn on while they're making drinks from a temporary container of fresh ice. That means staff can continue to provide great service instead of being away from their customers in the middle of a shift. For restaurant owners, that means happier customers, which means more sales and repeat business. After you've clearly presented your solution, now is the time to ask for feedback. I compiled a list of follow-up questions for you to ask, which I've put in the workbook. I have listed out these questions on a single page to make it easier for you to conduct an interview, and the same questions are also repeated in the workbook with space beneath them so you can type or write in your answers. Use whichever format works for you. Start with these 2 questions and make sure you have clear answers to them before moving forward. Number 1, did I clearly explain the problem that my invention is solving? If not, what questions do you have about it? Number 2, did I clearly explain the invention? If not, what questions can I answer for you? Again, to get the best possible feedback, our audience needs to clearly understand both the problem and the solution. Once they're clear on both the problem and how your invention solves it, here are some more questions you can ask. Number 1, what was your first impression of my invention? First impressions are very important, and we want to know what first impression our invention makes on people. Do they understand it right away? Do they need more details? All this is important in the sales and marketing process. Number 2, why did you love or hate the idea? Great products and ideas often bring out emotional reactions from people, and we want to know if our invention does that. What we don't want is indifference. Number 3, do you think it solves an immediate and important problem? And why? It's your job to make the market understand why the problem your invention is solving is so important. You don't need to do this during this exercise, but this is just something to keep in mind as you develop your marketing plan. Number 4, is my invention a must-have solution for the problem or just a nice-to-have solution for the problem? Obviously, must-haves sell better than nice-to-haves. So if your product is a nice-to-have, it's your job to eventually make it a must-have. Number 5, would you personally benefit from this invention? If you get a yes here, you know you're asking the right person because they have the problem that your invention is solving. You want to make sure to dive deep and ask a lot of follow-up questions here. Number 6, can you think of someone that would benefit from this invention? Why did you think of this person? If possible, you should try contacting this person to see if they would be willing to offer their opinion on your idea. Number 7, what do you think the retail price of this should be? This question is just a good way to start gauging what price point you may have to target in the future to get people to buy your product. Number 8, where could you picture this product being sold? This question might give you ideas about other markets or audiences for your invention. Number 9, do you think this solves a common problem that a lot of people care about? If your invention happens to be a must-have for everybody in the world, that's really great. But contrary to what you might think, your invention doesn't have to be for everyone. You just need to find your audience and serve them well. Number 10, do you think I should continue to pursue this idea? I just asked this question to see if people will be honest enough to say no. Most people will encourage you, but you're going to learn the most from the people that tell you that you should quit. I wouldn't take this personally. Just try to figure out why they feel that way. One very important point I want to make, don't take people's answers at face value. The best journalists and investigators ask a lot of follow-up questions to get to the truth, and you need to do the same thing. That's why I put why or tell me more after almost every question. Look for trends and common critiques. That's how you figure out how to improve your product. When somebody says your idea is good, you need to figure out why. Remember, the point of this exercise is to find every possible flaw in your invention. When somebody says your idea is bad, you want to know the reason for that too. Are they saying this because they don't have enough information? Can they support their opinion? And the point here is to not get into an argument. Just ask for reasons why they dislike your idea and let them tell you. At the end of all this, you're really trying to get the most objective view of your invention possible. Are you trying to solve a problem that nobody cares about because it's really not an important problem, or because people don't yet understand that it's an important problem? Again, inventions by nature are new ways of doing things, so you will likely have to spend a lot of effort convincing the world why your new way is worth switching to. If you're getting nothing but negative feedback and you don't understand why, you might be asking the wrong people. If your product is very niche specific, like a rock climbing gadget, you need to be asking the rock climbers. If the rock climbers are telling you it's bad, then your idea is probably bad. Asking follow-up questions will help you improve your invention. Getting nothing but positive feedback is not as good as it may seem, because that's not going to help you improve your product. If you're getting nothing but positive feedback, you need to start interviewing people who are willing to be more honest with you. To summarize, number 1, use an NDA before sharing your idea with anyone. Number 2, try to find people who are willing to be brutally honest with you, because real feedback is what you're trying to get with this exercise. Number 3, make sure you've clearly set up the problem before explaining your solution. Use the problem, agitate, solve framework to help you do this. Number 4, confirm the person you're asking clearly understands a problem with the first 2 questions in the question list. Number 5, make sure you ask a lot of follow-up questions so you can get to the core of people's answers. And number 6, analyze your data by looking for trends and patterns in the responses and use that information to improve your product. You can repeat this exercise with as many people as you trust. And you can also go back to your original interviewees after you make improvements to your product to see what they think about them. Think of your 3 to 4 close friends and family members as a committee or focus group for your product. Once you find 3 to 4 people that are willing to give you honest feedback, treat them like gold. They're going to be instrumental in helping you improve your product by helping you fill in your blind spots with their unique perspectives. So that does it for the evaluate component of the invention idea processor. Make sure you dig deep and ask a lot of questions, because real feedback, again, is what we're looking for.